The biggest issues I think with climate change is it's people not believing that it's actually happening. That's why we've got to prove it to them and show how it's actually changing this planet.
The environmental issues that we're facing today as a generation are just about as bad as alcohol and substance abuse. It's more our generation that are going to have to care for the environment because we'll be here. And I believe that educating the next generation will help us to take that next big step.
I think a really big problem is the beach because a lot of plastics and glasses wash up on it and it doesn't help the animals in the sea.
I feel the most important bit is how much of a throwaway culture we have and that we're only looking at it as, oh, it's just a little issue, we'll just pacify it, when really it's getting worse.
So at the moment our school is pretty old and it's just falling apart at this point, so we're getting a new one built right outside.
We're hoping to have a lot more natural light instead of constantly having to turn on the lights and them not really working, having to turn on more. I think that will save a lot of energy because I don't think I've been in a classroom without lights.
The new school uses less energy than the old one. It was really warm in the summer and quite cold in the winter usually, but obviously it's better temperature now so you can control it in the rooms.
And when we moved into this new school, we're given this area here, which means we can grow plants and vegetables.
The intention is that they will utilise all the fruits and vegetables that come out of this project for the school's benefit. Any surplus, our plan is to give it to local sheltered housing to the aged in the community.
Here at Prestwick Academy, we've been learning lots about climate change and the problems posed by it.
Such as Bangladesh, which has been flooded due to the ice caps melting because of the climate changing.
Let's go see what the rest of the school's been up to.
Well, in science we've been designing a sustainable town. A sustainable town is when the town can run off its own energy without using oil, gas and coal.
For Earth Hour we got all the S1s to sign a pledge of what they're going to start, which is a good thing, and what they're going to stop, which is a bad thing, and continue something that they've already been doing really good to help the environment.
Well, we have a pledge from Mr. Anderson, which his is to stop leaving his aircon on overnight. He's going to start using my new reusable drinks bottle every day than using plastic bottles.
We do litter picking maybe twice a month and we come back with about 10 bags of litter. We find bottles, crisp packets, sweet packets. I think it is good because it shows that we care about our environment and how it looks like.
In art we're using upcycled materials to put them into jewellery pieces. And normally these materials would go to the landfill.
I think it's really interesting to see what you can do with like glitter, and you can turn it into something it doesn't even look like how it was before.
We get to do something interesting with the footprint challenge. We're litter picking because we can look after the environment. It's really good because it makes the school nice and tidy.
We wanted to measure and quantify something. It was something we'd never really done before, so we decided to focus on food waste and water waste within the school.
It seems strange to put a brick in the toilet, but it's to help save water. Every time the toilet flushes, it will use less water.
So far we have been doing the food waste for about a month, and we have weighed around about 15 kilograms of food waste over that month.
0.3 kilograms.
As we build up the food waste and as we promote it a little bit more, hopefully that number will increase, and over the year that's going to turn into quite a large number.
So after last year's Provost Footprint Challenge, we looked at that calculator and realised that over 50% of our carbon footprint was made of waste. One of the biggest problems we have is paper use, because we need young people to realise that everything they use can be reused and can be recycled.
The project we're working on behind us is the Eco Tree, which basically we get students to write on a leaf about what they want to do in the future.
It says, "I promise to use less electricity where possible." I believe this is a very important message as it contributes a lot to the environment, and electricity is something we use a lot on a daily basis and we forget about, like how much we actually overuse it.
We were given an area which was put aside as a garden, and we've decided to use the raised beds with a small group who we really wanted to try and engage in something practical.
We had a brilliant idea that we could grow some vegetables to help them out with HE, because most kids have to buy their own supplies. I'd say it helps with the environment. You don't have to use a car or anything that uses fuel. Planting something when you have no experience of doing it and then it coming out the way it does, you feel really good about yourself and you feel like you've learned something new.
As part of the S3 biology course, we've been looking at indicator species. One type of indicator species is lichen. By the presence or absence we can work out the air quality.
Air quality is really important because we have to breathe it in every day, so we can improve this by planting a tree, riding a bike, or just simply taking the bus to work.
We've been using recycling wood to make hedgehog houses, a birdhouse and stuff like that.
Just in terms of trying to increase biodiversity, in terms of whether it's in the school or whether it's somewhere else.
Well, building these boxes and houses for the animals will bring more animals to our area and will hopefully keep them safer.
Our committee is entirely pupil run. To start off, me and some of the other seniors at the school arranged interviews with the junior pupils. It has been hard work, but it has been quite enjoyable and we've seen the rewards it has. It is possible to do things without a teacher helping you along, and you can help support each other, which also improved our team working skills in a way.
Yeah, I definitely think the Provost Footprint Challenge is really good. It's definitely encouraging schools and everyone to take part in such a big issue, and also I'd really like to see when going forward in this is more people joining in, because there's always a small group, but I really want this to go bigger and more people to know about it.
Just because we have the schools and the council trying their best, I feel that everybody has to be involved at some point on how we should live our lives in the future.
In South Ayrshire, we support action on climate change. We will fight to prevent plastic on our coastlines.
And to give everyone a safe, sustainable way to travel.
The Provost School Footprint Challenge gives us
a chance,
a voice, a way to make a difference.